Here's Alaska, running the triangle.
Right. Both players going all Filipino in this stretch. Or both teams, rather, going all Filipino in this stretch.
I see a situation there where Barangay Ginebra wanted the ball in the hands of Eman and wanted him to go one-on-one. The problem was Yancy Del Campo fouled him. Now, you don't want to foul Asam Eman, who's not an offensive threat. You want him to put the ball on the floor, try to force him into a turnover, try to get a steal off him. But why will you foul him with a shot clock down to about 9 seconds and he had no situation where he could pass the ball?
Kablai for 3, yes. Oh, and I stand corrected. That is, in fact, a 2. So it's an 8-point lead, biggest lead so far in this ball game.
Again, going back to what Patricia was talking about, Alaska dictating tempo right here, taking the pace away from the Ginebra guards.
Difficult shot for Helterbrand. Offensive rebound by Hatfield. And the battle for the possession won out by the Aces this time. Now Cariaso. The Jet inside. What a slash! And the Alaska Aces have now opened up the first double-digit lead of this ball game. 30-20 with 8 minutes and 13 remaining. We'll be right back with more.
Iniimbitahan po namin kayong sumali sa PBA Run for a Cause.
Para po ito sa Cancer and Hematology Center of the Philippines.
At huwag na po kalilimutan ang PBA Run for a Cause at the end of this month. Come to the Mall of Asia on July 31. So what better way to enjoy that day, having a run with your favorite PBA players and doing it for a worthy cause. Get a chance to win cash prizes for the top 3 finishers, and we've also got raffle prizes for race participants. As we head back into this matchup now, second quarter between the Alaska Aces and the Barangay Ginebra Kings. Vito Lazatin here along with the Dean Kinito Henson, where the Alaska Aces are now ahead by 10, 30-20, and they have dictated the pace of this matchup. JC Intal trying to make his presence felt here. Rudy Hatfield there to save the day.
Hatfield, big offensive rebound. That's something that Barangay Ginebra needs. Second chance opportunities. Particularly since Barangay Ginebra likes to jack up those shots from the outside. Here's JC Intal making a difference defensively. Deflecting.
Eric Menk moves in.
Passing it off to his best friend. Menk and Hatfield, that Michigan combination for Coach Joseph Vichico. Menk playing for Lake Superior and Hatfield playing for the University of Michigan at Dearborn. Both of them Michigan buddies.
Trying to clear the way for Helterbrand. Nowhere for him to go. Now JC Intal. Intal. Oh, yes. Beautiful move. Just couldn't get it.
Had it all. He had the elevation. He had a wide open layup.
And honestly, I thought he could have slammed it.
I think so too.
Pugnata now. De La Cruz.
Little bit of a zone defense being played here by Barangay Ginebra. And that's something that can work against the triangle. I mean, the triangle is something that you use when the opposing team is playing a man-to-man defense, but if they're playing a zone, it makes it a little more difficult to get that triangle working, forcing you, of course, to go motion.
Pugnata working his way inside for his 2. And the operative word there being work.
Well, those Alaska players are hard workers. That's something about Coach Tim Cone. I mean, he makes sure that his players play with that work ethic that has been a hallmark of every Alaska team.
Back-to-back turnovers now. Cariaso giving up the foul. And Helterbrand was not going to be allowed to take an easy one there, so he'll head to the line.
For Barangay Ginebra to get its up and down game going and get the guards to be in the flow of the game, they need to do 2 things. First, they need to be able to control the defensive boards so they can have opportunities to pitch outlets and score in transition. That means then the guards get into rhythm. Secondly, they need to create turnovers. Again, a situation where they can create transition opportunities for the guards. Full court press here by Barangay Ginebra. So again, they're looking for that turnover. They're looking to score transition, and they're looking for turnovers to be able to fuel that attack.
And that's going to be a test of the discipline here of the Aces. Eman flubbing that shot. And Rudy Hatfield getting it back for the Barangay Ginebra Kings. Here comes JC Intal. Intal now.
You know, Intal's moves sort of remind you of the Samboy Lin. And the crowd sensing that when he has the ball and when he's looking to go at first gear, something's going to happen exciting.
Well, he's definitely a young man with a lot of athleticism and a lot of grace in his moves. And on this sequence, he's got 2 free ones coming up.
JC Intal for a while.
Well, you mentioned, you made the reference, and he's here, of course.
That's Samboy. That's right, the Skywalker. Well, JC Intal missed 10 straight games because of an injury, sometime during the double round eliminations. So he's still trying to get his form. And what better way to show his form than in a do-or-die game? I mean, it's either you win or you go home.
L.A. Tenorio back at the point guard position for Alaska. Cross court now. Cariaso. Oh, and a high looper for Tony De La Cruz there. Hatfield regaining the possession for Barangay Ginebra. And Barangay Ginebra trying to get it to Eric Menk down low.
And there's a foul inside. Matagal-tagal na natin hindi napapanood yung mga imports. Chris Daniels is cooling his heels on the bench, but Simpson just about ready to check back in.
Right.
That zone defense of Barangay Ginebra has done them well. Again, going back to the point we made in the pregame analysis, Vito, forcing Alaska to play the perimeter game. And that's what zone defense, that's what a zone defense will force you to do, will prompt you to do. Take the outside shot against that zone.
But curiously, as Diamond Simpson now comes in for the Alaska Aces, it seemed that Coach Jong Wichiko was ready to bring Chris Daniels back in, but he's opted to keep him on the bench.
Well, if he brings Chris Daniels back in, he may have to sit down Eric Menk. I think Menk's doing a pretty good job so far, combining with Rudy Hatfield, but well, Daniels is now up off the bench. Who is he going to change? Abangan.
Less than 6 minutes to go now in the second quarter. And the Alaska Aces have long since bid goodbye their 10-point lead. Here come the Barangay Ginebra Kings clawing their way back. JC Intal.
Oh, that's a carry. That's a carry for JC Intal. And they call a violation. And Eric Menk will now sit down. But that zone defense has been a big key to this comeback of Barangay Ginebra. Alaska can't score against that zone.
Well, JC Intal just picking up a warning here. He didn't want to give the leather back.
Sabi niya, akin ito. Now Chris Daniels is back on the floor. Can he play zone defense? Now you wonder.
Big ball moving here by the Aces. Now Cariaso.
A nice defense again, getting the stop there. Alaska scoreless now for some time because of that zone defense ng Ginebra.
So as that window of opportunity stays wide open here for the Barangay Ginebra Kings to complete this comeback.
Here's Daniels.
Back to Daniels against Simpson.
He's got to score. Oh, they give him a repost and he can't score. It's an awkward looking shot. I don't think Daniels is cuts out to be a low post player. And if you look at his performance at the University of Georgia, I don't think he was a low post guy, although he had his fair share of rebounds.
And now rewarded for the dirty work that he's been doing for Barangay Ginebra down low. Once again, it's Rudy Hatfield at the line. And we've got Patricia Hiza now with this report.
Let's talk about the two imports and how clear